From the station working for you, this is WRTV News at 7, streaming now.
Good evening and thanks for joining us here at 7 o'clock. I'm Mark Mullins. A local brewery is back open today after being forced to close early last night when employees say a customer got aggressive and made threats over their mask policy. It happened around 6:30 at Mashcraft in Greenwood. Employees say a customer became aggressive and made violent threats toward them after being asked to wear a mask or to leave. According to a police report, that customer continued to call the business after leaving, saying he was going to come back and assault the people inside. The brewery made the ultimate decision to close early Thursday night for everyone's safety.
It's a shame that someone's choice to react violently would impact people's livelihood, especially in a year where those types of folks are having a hard time making ends meet, probably anyway.
Greenwood police had an officer on scene throughout the day today. Brewery employees and owners declined an interview. The Indiana State Department of Health reports 5,708 new coronavirus cases. 50 more Hoosiers died with COVID-19, bringing the total number of deaths to 4,613. Since March, more than 236,000 Hoosiers have tested positive for the virus. More than 3 million tests have been administered in Indiana. Carmel officials are making sure residents there are up to speed on any COVID-19 prevention and safety information. The fire department held another information booth at the Myers store on Carmel Drive. They answered questions and also handed out free bottles of hand sanitizer and disposable face masks.
Wherever you go, you can see there's, even in Midtown, there's signs, there's hand sanitizing devices for using hand sanitizer if you're out and about, as well as there's signs of, wearing is caring, about wearing the mask, and Carmel Cares. There's signs all over where the city of Carmel cares about taking care of the community.
Plans call for additional booths at other locations in the coming weeks. Those details will be announced as soon as possible. A chilly evening for Friday night football as temperatures begin to drop. Alyssa Donovan is in for Kevin tonight and has a look at your Friday evening forecast. Hey, Alyssa.
Hey, it was a chilly day today. Those temperatures just a little bit below average. We were in the 40s this afternoon. We are starting to fall already. 37 degrees right now in Indy. Tonight we are going to drop into the 20s. Tomorrow, starting with those cool temps and dry conditions, but there are changes on the way. We have the potential of showers coming into the forecast. That's all due to this low pressure system that's approaching. We're going to see rain showers and windy conditions this weekend. I'll break down all those details coming up.
See you soon. Thanks, Alyssa. As the pandemic drags on, health and wellness are top of mind for mostly everyone. Our Kelsey Anderson shows us how the Indy Winter Farmers Market is working to bring more healthy food to Hoosiers.
The Indy Winters Farmers Market has been bringing locally grown and produced food to Hoosiers for 12 years. Market manager Danielle Guerin tells me things look a lot different now amid the pandemic. They went from having 65 vendors to this year having just about 45. Guerin says they have one-way entrances and one-way exits, and they're doing everything they can to keep the community safe and healthy this winter. She tells me in the first week of the market, Hoosiers showed up for their health.
Well, in our first market, a lot of our vendors talked about they had a lot more sales this season than they had in previous seasons. So we had a lot of turnout coming in. We had around 500 people come through the doors on Saturday. So that was really great, and a lot of our vendors were really excited because, again, they said they had increased sales. Someone said even better than the summer markets they've had. So a lot of people are still like, we get these colder months, they're focusing on their health and their wellness and trying to have more local food.
Don't forget, the market also has triple match SNAP benefits, meaning if you bring in $20 with your EBT card or pandemic EBT card, they will give you an extra $20 in SNAP benefits and also another $20 in Fresh Bucks, which is Marion County's health department's program that allows you to purchase fresh fruits and vegetables.
Kelsey Anderson with that report. The market is held at the Circle City Industrial Complex every Saturday through April. It opens tomorrow at 9, starting with the first hour just for seniors and others who are at high risk. Colts linebacker Anthony Walker can rest easy tonight, knowing he's helping children get a good night's sleep. Walker today joined a parade of volunteers, cheerleaders, and others as they delivered fresh new beds to 3 Indiana relief organizations. Their first stop was the Traders Point Church in Whitestown.
Oh, extremely important, especially during the year that we're in. We know that children are even in more vulnerable circumstances, and so as a church we want to make sure that we step in and meet those needs.
The parade then moved on to stops at Hamilton Hills Church in Fishers and the Sleep in Heavenly Peace warehouse in Indianapolis. They delivered a total of 100 beds, which will now make their way to local families. This marks the 7th year Ashley Home Stores' Hope to Dream program has partnered with the Colts to present new bed sets to deserving local children. The election deck continues to stack up in favor of Joe Biden. Is President Trump finally ready to throw in his hand? The very latest when the news at 7 continues here. The father and son charged with shooting a black jogger to death will not be getting out of jail. A Georgia judge refused to grant bond for Gregory and Travis McMichael on Friday. They're charged with murder in the shooting death of Ahmaud Arbery in February. The McMichaels allegedly chased Arbery in their truck and confronted him. They have pleaded not guilty. An academic building at Troy University in Alabama, once named for a Ku Klux Klan leader, has been renamed to honor late Congressman John Lewis. In August, the university announced that its board of trustees voted to rename Bibb Graves Hall after Lewis, effective immediately. The official dedication ceremony for John Robert Lewis Hall was held today. A longtime civil rights activist, Lewis was one of the Big Six leaders of the civil rights movement and helped organize the 1963 March on Washington alongside Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. The Alabama native served as a congressman for Georgia's 5th district for more than 30 years. Congressman Lewis died in July of pancreatic cancer at the age of 80. President-elect Joe Biden has increased his electoral college lead over President Trump, with ABC News projecting him the winner in the battleground state of Arizona, bringing his current electoral vote count to 290. Still, President Trump and his supporters refusing to concede that he's lost. ABC's Rena Roy has the latest from Wilmington, Delaware.
President Trump speaking publicly for the first time since election night, talking about the race for a COVID-19 vaccine, saying the nation will not go into lockdown under his administration.
Hopefully the whatever happens in the future, who knows which administration will be, I guess time will tell, but I can tell you this administration will not go to a lockdown.
Speaker Nancy Pelosi slamming Republicans for joining the president in refusing to acknowledge Joe Biden as president-elect, even as the coronavirus is raging.
The longer the Republicans keep up the charade, the further out of control the COVID crisis will spiral, and more endangered Americans will be.
The president's trade advisor on Fox Business this morning still pushing the fantasy that Trump will win.
We're moving forward here at the White House under the assumption that there will be a second Trump term.
Biden's newly appointed chief of staff saying the General Services Administration not accepting Biden as president-elect and the beginning transition process that goes along with that could have serious consequences.
We're in a COVID crisis, and so the sooner we can get our transition experts into meetings with the folks who are planning that vaccination campaign, the more seamless the transition from a Biden presidency to a Trump presidency can be.
At least 10 Republican senators are calling on the Trump administration to start providing classified briefings to Biden and Kamala Harris. ABC News projecting Donald Trump to win North Carolina, but Biden to win both Arizona and Georgia. The battleground state is beginning a ballot audit today. Now, despite the president spreading false conspiracy theories, his own Department of Homeland Security has called this election the most secure in American history. Rena Roy, ABC News, Wilmington, Delaware.
It may seem small, but it could make a big difference to a child this winter. Next, how you can help a Hoosier organization give the gift of warmth this weekend.
We saw temperatures a little cooler today, plenty of sunshine. As we head into the weekend, some rain showers and windy conditions on the way. I'll break down all the details coming up next.
A giveaway happening tomorrow could be coming at just the right time for families preparing for winter during the pandemic. Our Cameron Riddle shows you how one organization is helping kids stay warm and safe.
The COVID-19 pandemic has changed just about everything from the way we shop to the way we socialize, but it is not stopping grassroots organization Creating a New Society from hosting their 6th annual coat drive, but with some changes.
We are doing coats again. It is a lot different, actually.
For Nicole Glass and her team, the first change is the noticeable increase in demand for new coats. The pandemic has left many families with less money at a time when most would be preparing for winter.
There is children that need coats now more than ever. Parents losing jobs and the downsizing. So we are anticipating greater numbers this year.
The group plans to give away more than 400 coats from inside the safety of the John Bonner Center. Any family can have a coat as long as the child is present. But how can families stay safe while waiting in line at a time when COVID cases are skyrocketing? The John Bonner Center is taking a number of precautions.
Temperature screenings will be taken before you ever step foot inside the door.
Normal temperature. Thank you.
Multiple sanitizing stations will be within arm's reach, masks will be required, and social distancing will be strictly enforced.
We've put in a ton of safety precautions, like I said, to keep ourselves as well as the public safe.
While the pandemic has given us all something to worry about, Glass says keeping a child warm should never be on that list.
I'll say it again and again, no parent should have to have that worry keeping their child warm. No child should be on their way to school and have to worry about the frigid temperatures.
Cameron Riddle, WRTV.
The coat drive is tomorrow starting at 9 a.m. at the John Bonner Center. Coats are free for kids 17 and under. Children who receive coats must be present. Any family that arrives can also take home free food. It's all while supplies last. For 20 years, it's been our pleasure here at WRTV to help make Christmas a little brighter for local children. And although things are different this year, the mission behind our annual toy drive has not changed. Our chief elf, who's been there the whole way through, Kevin Gregory, he's live at the Christmas Nights of Lights at the State Fairgrounds ahead of tomorrow's toy drive kickoff. And Kevin, this is really something we really take pride in doing.
It's amazing, and Central Indiana has made this happen, all of you who've donated over the years. And guess what? I'm not alone. Look who's landed. Santa and Mrs. Claus with the sleigh. There's our chief elf, Beck Hunter. And look what the reindeer do after a long flight. They just relax. That's what they do. We're at the Christmas Nights of Lights, and it will run from tonight all the way through January 3rd. What's special tomorrow night here at the Indiana State Fairgrounds, starting at 6 o'clock in the evening, first 20 cars that come in will get a Lou Malnati's Chicago-style pizza. Put it in your car. You'll go through this display of lights. There are over 1 million twinkling, sparkling lights. This is synchronized to music, and $1 from every car will be donated to the WRTV toy drive. We'll use that to go shopping to meet the needs of those kids that need help during this holiday season. So again, it's tomorrow night. $1 from each car will be donated. So there's a little rain in the forecast tomorrow, but you know what it does? That multiplies the number of lights that you see because it reflects off of the wet ground. So instead of 1 million lights, you would see 2 million lights with the rain. Special thank you to Santa, Mrs. Claus, and Elsa the reindeer. Alyssa, as we go back to you, Elsa's just relaxing. When the sun goes down, the eyelids get heavy, and it's time to go to sleep. They've got to rest up. Back to you.
Right, thanks, Kevin. Looks like you're having fun out there. And we are going to see some rain in the forecast tomorrow night and overnight into Sunday morning. Tonight, however, we are talking about the cold and dry air that's over the area. 37 right now in Indianapolis. We've dropped about 10 degrees from our daytime highs. We had plenty of sunshine today, but now that is going to be a thing of the past as we head into the weekend. We are going to see some changes. As we head into tomorrow morning, starting out very chilly for our Saturday and starting dry with some sunshine. But as we head through the day, we're going to warm up pretty quickly and we'll be in the 50s by the afternoon. But we're also going to see the potential of showers across the area. We're going to start with this low pressure system moving in right around 1 or 2 p.m. into our southwest counties. That's when we're going to start seeing just some light showers tomorrow afternoon. And then by the late afternoon hours, we'll start to see more of those showers become a little bit more widespread, still spotty in nature though. Overnight is when we're going to see the bulk of this system pass through central Indiana. That's going to bring us potential for heavy downpours at times, as well as those light showers. Also some gusty winds associated with this system. All of that is going to pass through overnight while you're sleeping and into early Sunday morning. And then look at this, by 9 and 10 a.m. things are going to clear out and move off to the east, and we are going to be left with just some cloudy to partly cloudy skies for our Sunday afternoon, and continuing to see those windy conditions. So looking at our rainfall totals expected from this system, anywhere between a half an inch to an inch of rainfall, with some of those higher totals off to the east, where we're going to see that system lag a little bit, looking at just over a half an inch of rainfall expected in Indy. Looking at our wind gusts, those are going to start to pick up as we head into the afternoon tomorrow, about 25 to 30 miles per hour, with sustained winds right around 15 miles per hour. And then overnight, you're going to hear those winds while you're sleeping. We're going to see those wind gusts anywhere from 30 to 45 miles per hour for our overnight hours, with the peak wind gusts hitting really early in the morning on Sunday, just as that system is starting to lift out of the region. Looking at our weekend, first half of the day on Saturday looking pretty good. We'll start to see those showers late in the day Saturday, continuing overnight and into early Sunday morning. But by Sunday afternoon, we are going to dry out and start warming back up. We'll see some sunshine. We'll just be left with those windy conditions. And then by Monday, things are looking a lot better. We're getting back to average with those temperatures. Sunny skies to start our week. A little bit of a cool down midweek on Tuesday and Wednesday, but continuing to see those dry and sunny conditions as we have this cool Canadian air mass in place over the area for the week. By Thursday and Friday, though, we are back into the 60s. We'll be right back after the break.
Well, many people believe the pandemic changed dating forever. A study conducted by one poll showed 63% believe dating will never be the same. 31% believe virtual dates have become the new normal. About a third said that first goodnight kiss will obviously have to wait until a future date. Not everyone found virtual dating to be bad. 32% said it's cheaper to go on a virtual date, and 28% found it easier to connect with a person through a virtual date. Fans of ABC's The Bachelor can now experience the famous Malibu mansion for themselves. Since the dating show hasn't been filming due to the COVID pandemic, The Bachelor mansion is up for rent on Airbnb. It boasts 7 bedrooms, 8.5 baths, a pool, and two jacuzzis. That's not an easy one to say. The mansion rental will be will set you back about a steep $6,000 for just one night. And by the way, that does not include a meet and greet with the host, Chris Harrison. All right, $6 grand, you could do it. Thursday was a very happy night of television for fans of Grey's Anatomy here on ABC. They were absolutely shocked when, at the end of last night's season premiere, an old and, shall we say, McDreamy character returned. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez has more on what that unexpected moment and what the show's star Ellen Pompeo has to say about it.
Call it a McDreamy come true for Grey's Anatomy fans. That reunion between star Ellen Pompeo's character Meredith Grey and her late husband Derek Shepherd, played by Patrick Dempsey, shocking viewers during Thursday night's season 17 premiere.
We really want to pay homage to the series as a whole. So we started talking about who would bring back. One of the most important people in Meredith's life is Derek, so it was a no-brainer.
The surprise coming 5 years after Dempsey's character was killed off in a twist that broke hearts on and off the show.
I'll be back before you know it.
McDreamy, as he's known, finally making good on that promise in what Grey's Anatomy's showrunner says was a very well-kept secret. Tweeting, most of the actors didn't know, some of the writers didn't know, most of the good folks at the studio and network didn't know. It's so fun watching it all unfold.
I reached out to Patrick and said that, people are just going to love this. We have the opportunity to bring smile to people's faces during 2020. We have to do this.
But what does it all mean? Was it a dream, a hallucination, or something else? Everyone at the show is keeping their lips sealed and just saying to stay tuned. Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Los Angeles.
And we are in store for some rain this weekend. Rain comes in late Saturday, lingering Sunday morning, and windy conditions as well. Sun returns Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, back in the 60s next week.
All right, that does it for us here at 7. We'll see you back here tonight at 11 after the CMA.